Yesterday, I played 5 games at a tournament, and these are the recaps. Game 1 started with the bird. I played f4, d5, knight f3, bishop g4. This is not a very good move. You typically don't want the bishop there in the bird because it's just gonna be a target for white to take away with their pawns and then get a big kingside attack. b3, knight f6, and bishop to b2, bishop d6. Here I started the plan with h3. We had this trade, and he decided to castle. And here I put a mistake according to the computer. Bishop d3. I thought I was alright because I wasn't really going to push d3 or d4. And now I got two bishops aiming at his king. Even if I did block the d-pawn, I wasn't planning on moving it anyway. So I thought I was right, but the computer clearly doesn't like it. c5, I went g4 here. He went knight f to d7, just kind of like panicking. I went h4, knight c6, g5, and here he actually hung a pawn with e5. I just took that. This wasn't a very long game. I kind of really just won. He went knight to b6, queen to e4. See the bishop on d3? Well, he took here and he got checkmated. Like I said, it wasn't a very long game. This next game was longer, but a lot crazier. This game, I had white again, and I started with b3. Nimzo Larson attack, he went e5, bishop b2, and knight c6. I was actually playing International Master, and I was not too happy about it. So I was playing at board 1, and I put Nimzo Larson because I didn't have to win. I would be perfectly happy if I got a draw, because this is a lot of a more slow opening. g6. Here, I decided to play knight f3. The computer wants me to go f4, but I didn't really think that accomplished much after bishop g7. Here in bishop g7 here, I decided to go c4, just take more space in the center. Knight g to e7. Knight c3, just develop my pieces. He castled, I went bishop to e2. He went h6, and I actually made a mistake here, d4. I regret this move. Take, and d5, his only good move. I thought this was okay, even if I get an isolated pawn after take once, then castles. But I underestimated this move. I saw it, but I underestimated it. It's only here I realized, oh, wait, I'm actually in danger. Because if this bishop falls, then this pawn's done for. Because my queen's going to take back. Or my knight. I went bishop c1, which was not good. He took, I took, and the reason this is so good for black is because of this. And I'm basically guaranteed to lose a pawn. But I kept fighting with queen d3. And I'm defending my knight, and if he tries to take it and try and win a pawn, then after that, then I actually have this. And this is alright for me. Because he's attacking my rook, but I'm counterattacking his rook. And he really missed his opportunity to win a pawn. So that was the idea. He went rook to e8 instead. And here I was scared of knight b4, so I went bishop d2, which is not good, but he missed the winning shot, which I actually did see in the game, and I was really scared of. This. So basically, after this, this is just brutal. I'm getting killed. He's going to open up my king. He's going to win a pawn or something. Queen h4, and then I'm getting murdered. Also, this bishop discovered attacks on my rook. But he did not see that. Instead, just played queen to d5. I went knight to c3, which was wrong. He went queen to h5. And I went knight b5, so just desperate. Just trying to make sure I don't lose a pawn. Take, rook a to d8. And here, like, I'm just realizing that this is basically over. Like, I'm under too much pressure. And, like, the pawn's gonna fall, and knight, I just went for this, like, knowing it's basically over. And he went here. Yeah, F3 is hanging, and that is a real problem. And after weighing my options, like, I thought I'd just take the knight. Two pieces for the queen, take it or leave it. He went bishop here, and I went bishop to f4. If you take that, then you lose to this, and I actually win the game because I've got 2 rooks against a bishop and a rook. He did not take my rook for some reason. I don't know why. He instead took this, but this was just over anyway. Rook ft1, queen g5 check. F1, queen h4, and I resigned here because queen f2 is checkmate. If I try to defend it, then here, and I cannot stop the skewer. Queen h1 is next, and if I go here, then I get checkmated. If I go here, I get checkmated. He's threatening checkmate, but queen h1 is checkmate, but if I try and give a king an escape square, and then it's a skewer. So that's why this is lost, and I just resigned. And next game's also short. I did not do very well in this tournament. We had this game. I had black. This was round 3, and he got normal Sicilian, Knight Orf, the English attack. It's very dangerous, but Knight g4 in this really loses a lot of its steam. He went queen d2, which like showed me that he didn't really know his opening very well, because you're not supposed to let me take that bishop. Like, yours not. I went e6 here, and he long castled, and I went b5. Like, the typical move in the position. When white long castles, you go b5. Bishop d3, and it's bishop b7. Like, just finish my development. f4, bishop e7. g4, b4, get counterplay. Knight c to e2. And d5, just like, the computer thought this was wrong, but he went e5 and messed it up. I went knight c6, and he went h4. Like, I thought like, you can't take that because of this, and your bishop gets trapped. So he went h4, I went rook to c8, trying to get some counterplay and attack him. King over to b1, queen to b6, and he played knight f5. And if I take that, if I take his knight, then he takes my queen. If I take the queen, then he takes back. But I thought I had this. If he tries and just takes that pawn, then after this, if you take that back, then you lose the rook, which is what I saw. So in the game, after d4, he went knight g7. I played king f8. And he played knight takes e6, and apparently this is losing just because my king is so weak. He played queen to f2, which is apparently wrong. I was like, just run my king. Run my king over to e8. g5, a5, like, get the counterplay. Rook h to f1, just try and develop his pieces. I went a4, and try and attack him. g6, I took that. Bishop takes g6, and here, there's a crazy line. I'm supposed to go king d7, and after they take the pawn in the center, I go king to c6. If I go here, then he has this, and then this. That's why I have to go king c6, and after this, king to b5. And apparently my king is safe there. But I missed that. And instead of going king to d7, I went king to d8, and I am now lost. After this line, king c7, rook d7 check. King c6, bishop e4, same line, and I resigned here because if I move, then I get this, and I'm just getting murdered. Take the rook, he takes my queen, and this is over. This game is lost. So I resigned, and this is actually the main reason I lost rating from this tournament, because this was like a 1200, unfortunately. This was a really strong game by them, even if the computer disagrees. Another game with black, and I got an unrated this time, which meant there was no way I could realistically get any rating back. Another Sicilian, and he just did not play normal d5 move, he just went bishop c4. I just went knight f6. He went e5. And we had this trade. I just went e6 here, like for any bishop f7 ideas. Short castle, then bishop to d6. He went f4, and I simply castled. d3 and a6 here, because I'm trying to demonstrate his bishop does not belong on c4 by going pawn to b5. He went a4, and I went queen c7, just attacking his knight. Rook to e1, knight b to d7. Because I just wanted to get his knight straight out of the center. He went knight to g4, which it actually hangs a pawn. Like I think his plan was this. Now the pawn's defended, but I have this. And he did not take back. He took my knight with check. I took back my other knight. And he went knight to d2, hanging this pawn. This free pawn. King f1. Bishop g3 is trying to like cut off his escape. Rook to e3. And bishop to f4. So I attack it again. Rook h3. I can take his rook. After e5, like discovered attack. He went knight e4, which I can take his rook. And I just took it. I just took that first. He took back, and then I took his rook. And then I took his bishop. He took back with his rook. Rook a to d8. Just develop my pieces. Queen g4. Queen d7. Offer queen trade. King f2. This, and he's resigned. Like I did not really have like any good games apart from the last one. Like a lot of these games are short, but the last one was pretty good, and it made me demonstrate that I actually know my. This is round 5 in the last game. I had white, and I played the bird because I had to win. Like I simply had to win, and my opponent made me demonstrate that I know my opening by playing the From's Gambit. Takes, d6, takes. You gotta be brave. You have to take twice. Knight f3, and like he played black's best try for an advantage, g5, g3, g4, and knight h4. If he goes bishop e7 here, then just knight g2, and there's nothing. So he went knight d7, black's best move. d4, like this is white's only way of playing. Knight g6 takes, and queen to d3. You guard the g3 pawn because they were threatening to take it because of the pin on the h file. So queen d3, knight c6, he's threatening to take it and then play bishop g3. If I play something random, he has this, and if I take that, then he has this. Discover check, and I lose my queen. So that's why I played c3, stabilize the center, queen to e7, and bishop g2, just develop my pieces. He played a very interesting move here, rook to h5. And this actually turned out to be a very annoying move later on. It was very annoying for me to deal with. I decided to just go knight d2. Just support e4, and maybe even put a knight on e4, which I actually did here. Just try and trade off for his bishop, so we really can't demonstrate compensation. He decided to just long castle, and he took back with his rook after some thought. Computer doesn't like. And I decided just short castle, knowing very well that I could regret it. He played f5, trying to like stabilize his weakness on g4 and maybe attack me. Bishop to f4, getting my last piece into play. Now I've got bishops aiming at his king, so I thought I might be able to get a counter attack on him before I'm actually in any danger myself. He went queen to h7, which, like, he's sacrificing his rook for h2. And I basically said, if this is dangerous, come prove it, and took his rook. He took back with the pawn. And I did not play d5 here because I thought if I did, then just this. And my queen's hanging, so I can't take the bishop, so it doesn't really work. So that's why I decided to just take his knight. It's like after takes, and then I just have this and get an attack. Which why here, like, he decided that he's going to lose this game if he doesn't attack me, so he decided to take this. Like, just ignoring material because this is lost anyway if he doesn't checkmate me. Bishop to g2. Rook takes g2, because, like I said, it's lost if he does not checkmate me. But he doesn't quite have enough. Bishop d5, king f2, f4, king d1. Now my king's perfectly safe. Like, I didn't take that because I was scared of queen h2, and then the g pawn rolling down the board. I thought that was very scary. So I decided to play king d1. Everything's defended. He went bishop g2, attacking my rook. I decided to just let him have it. Let him have it back. Because I'm up material, so I can give some of it back to survive and attack. Take. And queen to h3. Played rook takes f4. I was basically here just trying to make sure I don't do anything dumb and find some stupid way to lose this. Queen h6, pinning the rook. And I just move over, and now my king's perfectly safe on the queen side. Queen g7, and I took on g4, just trying to eliminate anything he had left. Queen g8, queen takes g6, queen takes a2. Queen takes d6, queen a4 check, king d2, queen e8, and rook f4, and he resigned. This was like I did not really have a lot of good games at this tournament, but this is really just my best game there, because it really just like showed how dangerous the Frum's Gambit is and made me demonstrate that I know my opening. Is if you play the bird and you're not prepared for the Frum's Gambit, you get punished. You get punished harsh. So that's gonna be the video today. If you're still here, thank you for watching. And hopefully I have better games next time.